Inspiration is unique to every individual.
Yeah.
Some people get inspired being alone. Some people get inspired being in a group. Some people get inspired at the beach. Some people get inspired in a small little bedroom. It really depends. So I would say for me, inspiration comes from everywhere. Hey, it's John Chua JX, and you're listening to the hottest thing on campus, Radio Heatwave.
Radio Heatwave. Heatwave.
Hello, you're tuning into the hottest thing on campus, Radio Heatwave. You're with me, Abigail, and today we have a really special guest. He is an Australian-born artist who made his debut into the industry back in 2012, is a founding member and guitarist for local pop quartet, the Sam Willows, who are arguably the most successful English music act in Singapore. Yep, today we have Mr. Jon Chua here with us, and also following the band's hiatus, Jon released his debut solo single, Ready For Ya, in July 2019, and now he's back once again with his latest R&B inspired tune, The Intro, featuring rising Malaysian artist Julia Duclos. This multi-talented singer is also the co-founder and creative director of Zendel Records. And again, we are really pleased to have this opportunity to have him here to answer our most dying questions. So welcome to Radio Heatwave, Jon.
Hello,
Congratulations.
Hi Abigail, nice to meet you.
What's
up, Radio Heatwave?
What's up? Welcome again and congratulations on your new release, The Intro. I just listened to it and it's really, really good. And I was just listening to it and I was just like wondering, could you tell us more about this song and what inspired it?
The intro was actually written in LA a while back. And I think for this project, I think this song being the last song of this project that I wanted to do, for Give It Back and Ready For Ya, and also for the intro, I wanted it to have that very road trip kind of vibe, when you're driving down the freeway, or even if you're sitting in the bus, a really long bus ride, something that can just carry your journey. So what inspired the song was actually this whole idea that, in life we have different chapters, and you can start primary school, secondary school, poly, or you can get into a relationship, and you always like the first part of it more. And then towards the end, especially on the last day, whether it's the breakup or graduation, it's always something that you kind of think of the first day, like, the first day I came to school, or the first date I went on, and you kind of reminisce that part. So I kind of wanted to write a song that encapsulates just that part.
So just reminiscing the intro, the good times, that's all about this song. That's awesome. So you also collaborated with rising Malaysian artist Julia Duclos on this track. So could you tell us why you decided to, produce a song as a duet instead of a personal solo track?
So the thing is, like the original demo that was written actually was this African-American singer in LA. And she had a very, very nice, distinct R&B voice. And I've known Julia Duclos for some time, because she was with Sony Music Malaysia, and I met her during my trips in KL as well. So I thought that she'd be perfect, and then it was easy. I called her, I sent her the demo, sent her the lyrics, and then I think after 2 weeks, we managed to get her vocal take, and then it was quite fast from there.
Awesome. So actually it's quite ironic because the intro is actually your third single after Give It Back and Ready For Ya, being the intro and all. So how has the journey been exploring your own sound, also especially since the hiatus of the Sam Willows?
I kind of enjoy it because I think with Sam Willows there was a lot of pressure, that pressure to be pop, that pressure for the song to have millions of streams and for people to actually love it, like the majority of people to love it. I think with my own music, it's really a case where I know it's not for everybody, but it's for people who actually vibe with it, then they like it. I listen to a lot of hip hop, a lot of R&B. I grew up on 90s hip hop as well. I grew up in 90s classic rock, and there was things that I couldn't put into the Sam Willows music, so having the ability to do it on my own, I figured like I wanted to explore something that would not necessarily chart, but it would make me happy.
And you also actually created your own company, Zendel Records, where you're the co-founder and creative director. So why did you decide to start this venture as well?
Oh man, actually, so Zendel Records, Zendel Music Agency, Zendel Publishing was actually started off as a recording studio. So I think back in 2016, being signed to a big label, it was quite difficult to get studio time because you can't be that spontaneous with it. Because by right, the label is the one that pays for all the studio time. And, when you have a big company like that, the process of booking a studio takes longer, naturally. It's nobody's fault. Well, I mean, yeah, it is somebody's fault, but we just blame nobody.
Yeah.
Right? So I thought like, okay, I wanted to just start my own studio, so that I could have the freedom to work at any time I want, whenever I want, without thinking about, money in that sense.
Yeah, and speaking about that, there's a Singaporean virtual concert, Madura Live, on 22nd November, and you're going to be performing with other musicians. So it's also a joint venture between Zendel and National Youth Council. So do you think digital gigs like this are going to be more commonplace, especially even after COVID has settled down?
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I've done both. The digital shows, the live stream shows, and then obviously your live concerts. I think nothing can replace a live concert.
Yeah,
I think at this point of time, a live stream show is the best that can happen.
Yeah, I've also been like craving for that concert vibe and stuff like that. And also for the purpose of like research, and I was totally not stalking you, but we also, realized that you have a cute little doggy at home called Chili, and she even has her own Instagram page. So could you tell us more about her and like how this Instagram thing started?
So Chili is a 2-year-old Dashin. Actually, her birthday is next week. Actually, exactly a week from now. And Chili's brother Nacho is actually Sandra, Sam Willow Sandra's dog as well. So they're siblings.
They're siblings.
And then recently I just adopted another Dashin. This was about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So we call her Salsa. So basically we can open a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, you have like chili, salsa, nacho.
I just think it just sounds nice, just food names, it's just food. Yeah, it makes you happy.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, exactly.
And so after completing like everything from being in a band and then branching out on your own and then, finally creating Zendel Records, like, did you see yourself being where you are right now and having achieved this much as compared to when you first started out?
I mean, it's always a journey for me, and like there are different milestones that come in different years. Every year is a different challenge. In fact, every month feels like a different challenge.
Yeah.
So I've always been a big advocate of building infrastructure, nurturing the next generation, because, I wish that I had certain things when I started out, and those things were not present in Singapore. So, I felt like if no one was going to create it, I might as well create it.
You've been part of the local music scene for a long time, since 2012. That's like 8 years. So how do you think the landscape has changed since you started?
So I started Sam Willows in 2012, but I have been starting music professionally since 2009, actually.
Wow.
So I actually used to play in like bars and Thai clubs and all that. How I think the music landscape has changed, I think local music is being celebrated more, a lot more now, actually. I remember in 2012, you would get maybe 10 to 15 local songs being dropped a year. And now it's 10 to 15 local songs being dropped a week, which is actually really amazing. And Zendel personally, we work with artists as young as 15 years old, and the quality of music that's coming out, is really amazing.
Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna play a really quick round of quick fire questions. So John, you have like 1 second, okay? Anything that comes to your mind, you just say it out, okay? All right.
Yeah.
The first one. Favorite live show you've performed?
We had a fest, Indonesia, 2018.
Whoa, that's cool. Okay, one word to describe your current sound.
LA.
What's your go-to activity post circuit breaker?
Restaurant hopping.
Wow. Favorite Sam Willows song?
Papa Money.
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite also. Like, it's like legit, like just a bop. Okay, favorite fast food joint?
Shake Shack.
Okay, one country you've always wanted to travel to?
Scotland.
Oh, why?
Have you seen how beautiful Scotland is?
Yeah, I should.
Castles and
Like
stuff
the
like that.
mountains and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. I definitely get it.
Yeah, Scotland, definitely.
Scotland. One country you've always wanted to travel back to. Yeah.
Always LA. Like I love LA.
Christmas is around the corner. So what's your favorite Christmas song? Favorite, all-time favorite.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
The original by Wham. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So another
Actually, any version. I just like the
any
melody of the
version.
song. Yeah.
Favorite way to distress.
I'm not proud of this, but I play a lot of Mobile Legends, so that's my favorite way to distress.
Oh, Mobile Legends. Have you heard of this new game called Among Us? Apparently, it's like
Yes.
the trending thing right now.
I do play Among Us as well. Yeah.
So, your musical inspirations.
John Mayer.
Oh, John Mayer, definitely.
Yeah.
Quote that you live by.
Quote that I live by. Just do only, don't scared, you know.
Do only, don't scared. Alright, that comes to a conclusion of our quick fire round. That's awesome. Once again, for all you guys out there, stream the intro. It's out now. Stream it on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, everywhere, anywhere you can. Thank you, John, once again for making the time to be here.
Thank you, Radio Heatwave. Hey, it's Jon Chua JX, and you're listening to the hottest thing on campus, Radio Heatwave.